expense of Greg Biffle. So it should be another interesting restart as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here at Bristol. All right, 4 cars did not pit, so let's set it for you. Scott Wimmer's going to be on point. Kelly Byers second, Coleman Presley third, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fourth. Then it's Kyle Busch. As we go back to green flag racing, Wimmer picks the high side. Now remember, these guys have been on those tires since lap 55. This is lap 96.
Got 3 wide off 2.
Woo, it's going to be tight down here. Hang on. Let's get you updates also as we're back to green flag racing quickly. Morgan Shepherd got a penalty for too many men over the wall. We'll get you the waiver rounds as quickly as we can. Nemechek, Mike Wallace, Derek Cope, Kenny Wallace, Josh Wise, and Andy Ponstein. So now you're up to date, and we're green flag racing with a log jam.
Yeah, and this is where these guys really have to show some patience. Kyle Busch caught down on the inside. Looks like the upper side is moving a little bit faster. He'll have to really be patient right now.
Yeah, because once you're pinned down there, unless the guy in front of you moves, you're not going anywhere.
You can see he's behind Coleman Presley in the 23, who's done a really nice job.
Yeah, but he doesn't have fresh tires like these cars do, and he's going to get freight train. You see now, Joey Logano making the pass. Now he finds a hole to get up right in front of Greg Biffle.
Yeah, Kyle squeezes in front of the 27. Now it's Brad Keselowski's turn to try and find a spot.
Good luck.
Whoa, Coleman almost slid up into the 18. They managed to skate through that one. Now you'll see the 22 duck up to the high side. As here comes Keselowski in front of Trevor Bayne. And oh, Bayne goes a little high. But Allgaier cannot take advantage. Neither can Harvick in the 33.
While this is going on, Dale Jr. has 2 cars up in the top 2.
Great side-by-side, short track racing, Bristol style. As there you can see now, as it is the 27 trying to hold off Brad Keselowski. Now, let's go up to the front. And Scott Wimmer doing very well, Jamie Little.
Well, he is, and the reason he got the lead there is he stayed out on that stop. They actually came in and pitted lap 57. He was really loose, so they had to come in and pit. Now, he said the car is really good on the right side. You see his team owner, Dale Jr. Jr. has been smiling and having a great time so far this race. Now it was just announced this week this 7 car will be on the racetrack for the rest of the season, sponsored or not, and they are looking at drivers, but Scott Wimmer right now leading, will be in the race at the next stop. Dave?
Jamie, a great rebound for Kelly Byers now, who had those early issues, stayed out on this pit stop. Let's review when he pitted last time under the lap 54 caution. They took on 4 tires and lowered that track bar to try to tighten the car up. He can stay out a good 130 laps or so on fuel. We'll see how it works out for him.
And while you finish up, we saw the action going on for 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's Ricky Stenhouse. Remember, he's on 55 lap older tires. And here you go with the 18, a Kyle Busch going underneath him.
Yeah, and it's really going to be a while before that amount of laps on the tires starts to make a difference, Andy. You said you found out yesterday Carl Edwards had 70-some laps on the tire and ran his fastest lap.
Yeah, I talked to Blickensdorfer, his crew chief, and he said that their fastest lap in practice, they had 70 laps on the tires. They were making changes with their car and felt like they made it better, but it just tells you that this tire holds up well.
Joey Logano going underneath the 6 of Stenhouse, and here comes Greg Biffle to follow suit as well. As we swing back towards the front, Kelly Byers still has that piece dangling from the back of the car, as he has been told by NASCAR officials he will have to fix that next time they pit.
Yeah, but he did not make a pit stop this last time. That's why you see it still out there, but NASCAR is going to give him that option to clean it up when they make their next stop.
And there you can see the back end of it as Casey Kane clears him and takes over 2nd position. So right now, here comes Carl Edwards trying to put him back to 4th.
I tell you, Casey Kane has really been impressive today. He's made passes, most of them on the outside. We see Carl take that 3rd spot away, but Casey has been able to pass on the inside too. So clearly the car to beat today so far.
Well, remember, as we look at this schedule, holy smokes, this is getting good all over the place.
Well, Stenhouse is doing a good job of working the outside, and Joey Logano just can't make the pass down there, and it's really costing him. You see right here, Brad Keselowski might get this spot away from Logano. car is definitely faster. He just can't get past that 6 car because he's got the groove.
Yeah, and he just can't get in the throttle like he needs to. I would say his car is probably loose right now. The air pressures are down, and he's just not able to make that car go off the corner and accelerate like he wants to, and he's losing 2 and 3 spots.
And Brad Keselowski, I don't think, wants to try the high side that high to try and go around on the 6 car up there because you're going to get up into the marbles.
No, but he's able to stay in that spot right there. It looks like he's going to take that spot away from Joey Logano, and then he can go up and negotiate and try to get around the 6 car after that.
And that's starting to work for him. And here comes Trevor Bayne saying, hey, if it worked for him, maybe it'll work for me too. Let's go back to the front because Kasey Kahne is now making a move to retake the lead. We've had 4 different leaders. Now we have our 5th lead change.
You see some damage on Scott Wimmer's car right there on the hood area.
And that's where he got into the back of the 11 car that created the big accident down in turns 1 and 2 a little bit earlier.
So Kasey Kahne, who has led a total of 14 laps, retakes the lead. Let's go back to the battle for 9th on the track. There's Joey Logano in that mix along with Brendan Gaughan, and right in front is Greg Biffle, who has 9th place. And here's the battle for 6th with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Brad Keselowski, and Keselowski trying to go underneath him.
Yeah, Stenhouse not going to give up that outside groove. Now he's going to use it to his advantage as long as he can, but I do believe that Keselowski will be able to make this pass.
Stenhouse looking for some better results. His best finish so far this season was 30th back at Las Vegas. So right now, him running in the top 10 is where he needs to be. They are fighting desperately to get more sponsorship on that car.
Yeah, and you can see Brad Keselowski do a nice job there, kind of moving Stenhouse up in the center of the corner and then accelerating on the exit to take that spot away.
And once he gets past him, he quickly opens up a little bit of ground on him and is starting to pull away. So Brad Keselowski ensconced in 6th position. His next target will be the Kelly Byers 88. Remember, Kelly, one of those 4 cars that did not pit, and he's sort of falling back through the field. I can tell you that Carl Edwards, while we were watching the battle for 6th, has gotten around Scott Wimmer, put Edwards into 2nd position.
Yeah, he's a couple of tenths faster than the leader right now, Kasey Kahne. So we're going to see a challenge for the lead here in a few laps while we watch this battle.
That's Justin Allgaier. We're on board with Kevin Harvick, and right up in front of them is the 62. There's what it looks like from outside. Logano, then Brendan Gaughan, Justin Allgaier, Kevin Harvick. That's all for position on the racetrack, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Yeah, and I would venture to say that majority of the races of those 5 that Kevin Harvick's won here was being right on the bottom of the racetrack, and that's not the fastest way around right now.
Kevin, of course, got his first win as a car owner in his own car right here. And as we go back to the race lead, the 38 of Kasey Kahne may have a problem. Doc, what's going on?
Just radioed in, Marty, that the water and oil temperature are just started going up very, very briskly. He said, I'm concerned. Stuart Cooper, the crew chief, talking with him now, saying, looks like the grill may be pushed in a little bit when you were trying to work through traffic, so we'll be ready to cool it off. They had turned the fans off during the red flag, and I think he had forgotten to turn one of the fans back on.
And we've got a crash in lap 24. James Busher.
Yeah, we've got another car on the wall also, Coleman Presley.
23 of Coleman Presley as well. Coleman's got the back end all smashed in.
We'll fix it right
and
here.
Trevor Bayne involved in his 2nd incident of the day.
ESPN is your NBA destination. Tomorrow night, ESPN shoots a doubleheader. First at 8 Eastern, Tim Duncan and the Spurs face Joe Johnson and the Hawks. Then at 10:30 Eastern, Brandon Roy and the Trailblazers take on Steve Nash and the Suns. It's an NBA special edition on ESPN and ESPN360.com tomorrow. Just past halfway here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Kasey Kahne gave up the lead to Carl Edwards just before the fourth caution flag waved. Edwards is out in front of Scott Wimmer, Kyle Busch, Kelly Byers, and Brad Keselowski, while Kahne has been on pit road trying to get an overheating problem cured on his car, and he has fallen well back into the field. Let's check out what they've been trying to do to help that 38 car. For that, we go... First, let's show you what they've been doing under the hood on pit road.
It looks like the grill's all clogged up a little bit. They got to put a little water in this thing right now to cool it down, and that's what they're doing also, because the water temperature gauge is buried in this car of his, and so they're cooling it off, getting the grill fixed. Need to take a little time now, but don't get lapped on the racetrack. That's what they're paying attention to right now. Looks like they're going to close the hood here in a second and get them back out there. I'd probably come back in, though, and try to address this thing again, Brad.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be the best thing to do, especially as they're pumping that cold water into that race car, trying to cool that motor off.
Let's get a little more idea of what they're doing under the hood. We go to our Craftsman Tech Garage. Tim Brewer's show and tell time. Tim?
Thanks, Alan. What they're trying to do, folks, is replenish the water supply by using the cool down